What's up, and welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 503, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 72 and 71 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Yeah, I produce it for sure.
Yep. It's a series win.
I'm going to kill myself.
A big series win against the 2005 World Series champion, Chicago White Sox. You know them.
Jermaine
They got
died.
all the stars. Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr. Who else?
AJ Persinski.
Please.
AJ Persinski, Paul
Bobby
Konerko,
Jenks,
Scott
Bobby
Podsednik,
Jenks,
Red Sox legend.
Scott Podsednik,
Mark
Burley. Yep. Jake Peavy. They had
Carl Everett.
Carl Everett was on the team.
Yeah.
Harold Baines.
Joe
who else? You're literally naming the whole five guys. I'm just talking great White Sox
I'm
players.
sorry. I was looking.
This guy's, you know what?
Do it. Do it. I
No,
don't
no,
give a
no,
fuck.
no, no,
Please.
I'm not going to suspend you. I'm
Oh,
not
he's
Spare
already
me
in
30
now.
seconds of having to talk.
No.
No.
I'm not suspending you. I'm a penguin today. Makes me feel better. It's my comfort penguin onesie. Makes me feel better during times of need. The Underdog Fantasy app also makes me feel better during times of need, which this certainly is one. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball, or you can mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. Steve, the Patriots play today?
Yeah, they actually won their football game today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, against the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm told.
Mm-hmm. You were tuning in, watching that game, huh? Oh,
my
yeah.
God. Every snap, every down, every yard, every
What was your
carry.
favorite part of the game?
I think it was when Jacoby Brissett threw the pass, and everyone was like, that's definitely getting picked off. And it wasn't. Like, he threw it into like a sea of defensemen. But that one dude, they were like, double team me, triple team me. Don't clip that, Jake. And you can triple team me all you want. It's not going to stop me. And
Don't
then
clip that either.
he got up and made the catch, and then it ended up being like a bunch of yards. And that was like a turning point in the game.
I think, yeah, right. That did happen. That was huge.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the way Carson Palmer played, Jared?
Carson Fulmer?
Nope.
Carson Fulmer.
Mm-hmm. Patriots.
Former Vandy legend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to him so much. I was more locked in on Jacoby Brissett.
And that double team, triple team play.
Double team, triple team play. And people have been like, oh, what is Jacoby Brissett, the only player you can name on the Patriots? And like, shut up, you know? You know what I mean? Because everyone's like, oh, the only other player that you know on the team was the guy that was at the NASCAR thing with you, and now he's not on the Patriots anymore. I'm like, I definitely know more Patriots than just him.
You just don't have time to say him because it's like middle of the read.
And it's a baseball podcast, and we're talking, we're just talking about if you can combine sports on the Underdog Fantasy app. You can do that if you want. I don't. I mean, I just do baseball for right now. But if you sign up with the promo code Jared, that's JARED, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. What was your favorite part of the game, Steve?
It was definitely the part where like they didn't give up touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoyed the fact that they're like, you know what? In order to win, you got to prevent the touchdowns. And they prevented so many of them throughout the game. And you looked up and they had more points than the Cincinnati Bearcats.
What was the final score?
16-10.
Oh yeah, it was a defensive fucking masterclass by Gerard Mayo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised too, Tyler. Yeah.
Are you going to mention how he played on the field or how he was as a head coach?
He's a head coach, dude. He doesn't play anymore.
The fact that Tyler thinks he still plays
Yeah,
for
he
the
doesn't
team
play
is a little
anymore, dude.
alarming.
I was setting Jared up to see if he actually knew.
This guy works at a sports radio station.
Well, they don't talk Patriots. They just talk Red Sox.
All 4 hours every day, baby.
Tyler, what's that show you do on the radio, that Red Sox show?
Zolak and Bertrand. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Yep.
Little Scotty Zolak.
My father.
Your number one fan. I think he was asking you about baseball hour.
Oh, yeah. The baseball hour. I also do that Fridays.
No, I was asking you to make up a Red Sox show title, but you know, what would the name of that be, Tyler?
Red Sox and the Millikins. But it's just me. It's nobody else. But I'm the Millikins, and the people who call in, the Millikin militia, are part of the Millikins as well.
That's terrible. Tomorrow is Section 10 night at Fenway Park. Woo!
Can we get the horn back? You get a little sound effect for that? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm obviously very excited for Section 10 night at Fenway, but like, goddamn, coming off a loss to the worst team of all time.
I'd argue the timing's great, honestly.
Why?
Because I think whatever life we had left, I think kind of left us today. But then it's like blue, 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 blue. It's like a one-up in Super Mario. It's like, oh, wait, Section 10 night is Monday. So that can be kind of our last, our finale, our send-off to the 2024 Sox.
Well, there were some people that were at the Section 10 night at the Woo Sox that were like, yeah, we're coming to say hi to you guys now because there's no way we're going to come hang out with you guys during the game on Section 10 night. And it's like, well, now you have to. Like, who cares about the game?
Yes, of course. Care about the night, not the game.
Yeah. Like, we're going to have way more fun than I think you would be if you were watching the game.
So we have talked about the tank. We've mentioned
Tank's
that.
yeah.
I'm confused on the whole tank situation.
What do you mean?
It's
I don't
very
know. I feel like we
straightforward.
haven't spoken much about the tank recently.
We've spoken a lot about it. You're going to be in a dunk tank.
Correct.
And we're raising money for the Jimmy Fund to throw the ball and send you into the water.
I love that. Charity's a good thing. Anyone who
we're
says
putting
it
ice
isn't.
in it too.
Anyone who says that it's not,
there's
who
people who are
people?
anti-charity in the world. I'm telling you, but I'm not one of them. I stand up for charity.
This guy loves charity. I want it on the record.
Can we just round of
Thank
applause?
you.
This guy supports
shit,
charity.
yeah.
Oh my god.
This guy loves charitable
Pro-charity.
endeavors. Yeah.
All those people that are always like, charity suck. I don't want to contribute. This is stupid. Tyler
there's so
says
many
no
of those
to
people.
That. Yeah.
Thank you for being in the minority by loving charity, Tyler.
Good job, Tyler.
So one of the things that we asked the Red Sox to do was to make the water 28 degrees as a tribute to the Titanic victims, as it is not an anniversary at all, but just kind of like don't forget about it.
It's honoring the victims. Yeah.
Honoring the victims of the Titanic tragedy in 1912. So we're making the water in the dunk tank the same temperature that it was in the AO the night of the sinking, which was 28 degrees. And you may be asking yourself, doesn't water freeze at 32? It was salt water because it was the AO, baby.
So they went to the ocean to actually take this water. These are buckets of ocean water.
No. It's not buckets of ocean water, but it is. I mean, we're gonna have to put salt in it to not make it freeze for sure. But it's gonna be a nice 28.
I don't swim well in cold water. I am more of a warm water swimmer.
You can probably stand up in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dunk tank.
It's a dunk tank. Yeah.
I didn't know if this was gonna be like a wave pool kind of setup where I could like,
No,
move
dunk
around
tank.
a little bit.
Mhm.
No, it's not a dunk pool.
Mhm.
Dunk tank.
Yeah, dunk tank. Dunk tank.
There's gonna be a ladder in there.
I hope not.
Don't do well on ladders. You're gonna see me try to pull myself up every single time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And what time is this all starting?
I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. It's
4:40.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the House of Blues from 3 to 5, and then Gate C from
2 to 5. House
What?
of Blues. House of Blues at 2.
I thought it was 3, Jake.
We moved it to 2 because the Red Sox won a dunk Tyler earlier than we thought.
Wait,
HOB at 2.
that's news to me.
I definitely will
Th-
not be there till about 3:30. I have work.
This is off to a good start.
When the fuck did it become 2?
I thought we were all talking. Weren't we texting about this?
This is what
I
I'm
thought-
talking about the talking.
Yeah,
People,
see?
we're not communicating.
Yeah, we're not.
No, I know. Well, there was hour overlap, and we wanted to make sure that at least we have enough time at each location.
So now I have
So-
to be there at 2?
Yeah. What were you doing between 2 and 3?
I don't know.
Well, you're going to be at the House of Blues now at 2 o'clock, and it's going to be glorious.
Do people know this? Imagine we're
They
just
know it
standing there
now.
for
They
we're just,
know it
definitely
now.
do not.
They
we're
know
just,
it now.
we're just standing there for an hour and no one's coming. It's like, oh, I thought it was 3.
2 o'clock, House of Blues. Get there early
I
and
gotta
often.
I gotta text my mom now.
Yeah, let your mom know.
I mean, you
2
know
to
what?
5, House of Blues.
2
and
to
then-
5? 3
Yeah, well,
hours?
3 hours? What's going on?
Why
Basically
three-
2.5, because
Why?
then we're heading over to Fenway.
Why 3 hours? That's a long fucking day.
That's not, I mean, think about how long we were at the White Sox doing meet and greet stuff. It was longer than that. It was always going to be a long day, but it's for the people. It's for
Don't
us.
we
It's for
have
everybody.
don't we have 300 shirts and there's like 3,000 people that bought tickets? Like I can't imagine those t-shirts are going to last longer than 2 hours.
It's unlikely. It's highly unlikely, but,
Yeah.
you know, we'll still hang out with the people. That matters.
We're gonna have some blue moons during this.
Jared?
No, I was just agreeing.
No, okay.
For the people.
Yep. Tell it.
No, I don't want to go now.
Why?
I felt jumped.
By what?
I asked the blue moons question. I didn't hear a word.
Blue Moons, yes, confirmed.
I'm gonna be drunk for the first pitch.
So you'll probably be better.
No,
that
you're
way,
gonna
'cause
be
you sucked for the
dunked.
first one.
Yeah,
Before the
wet
first
and
pitch.
drunk. That is
You're
a
gonna be
bad
nice and wet.
combination. I'm gonna be very sick.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Get Tyler all
I'm excited
wet.
for it.
Yep, me too.
I'm excited for it.
Should
Nothing from Pat Light. Nothing from Pat Light. Pete Blackburn in. John Feidelberg in. Pat Light. Maybe. I mean, it'd be great if he just like landed a helicopter in center field during the game and just like, you know, what?
That's bad. They would shoot him down in the sky. You cannot fly things over the ballpark.
They
You wanna
know
watch
what
Pat
Pat's
die?
helicopter looks like. They know what.
Yeah,
Pat's
he's got a very
yeah.
specific helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah. Pat can, like, it's a no-fly zone, but Pat Light can fly over it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pat allowed a lot of baseballs to go up there while he
Mhm.
was pitching, so he's used to that space.
Yeah. Pat Light being like, no, Fenway and no-fly zone my ass.
Have you seen any of my highlights?
Yeah. So we got 2 out of 3 of the alumni hosts that will be there. Very excited for that. I'm excited for the night. It's I just, you know, I'm a little bummed at where we're at, and I know I guess like not everyone agreed with us that the Red Sox were cooked.
I feel
Do you
like
see any of this?
95% of people did. The dude
Yeah.
who's been losing his mind on the Reddit for like the last 24 hours or so.
It's the
I think
same
is
guy.
The only person I've
Yeah,
seen,
yeah.
and he just reposts every single 24 hours.
He's the
I gotta
same-
say, not looking at the Reddit, I think has aged very well for me. This sounds like it's a shit show in there 95% of the time. No?
No, I mean, I would say the Reddit is mostly good, but then there are just like a couple unhinged people that
Yeah.
are in there. But
Well, this
it's
is
fun.
the time to be unhinged.
Like everyone just sits and points and laughs at him when they start doing shit like this, and
Yeah.
that they delete their like posts in the first place.
yeah. What are you looking forward to the most about Section 10 night, T-Dog?
Honestly, being with my family and them kind of seeing it for the first time, because I feel like none of them have really seen any of this stuff outside of Martha when she came to like the name redacted and what we did with the Woo Sox. But mom and sister are going to be there. I got some cousins, some friends from back home all coming to the game. So a lot of them are going to kind of see it in action.
Is Bubba coming? What's his name?
Who?
What's his name?
Don't disrespect my boy Puff like that.
Puff.
His name is not
Puff.
Puff.
Yeah,
yes, he will be there. Puff's going to be
Bubba.
there.
Yeah. Puff's going to be there?
Yes, Puff's making an appearance. He'll
Oh,
be out
hell
there.
yeah. I can't wait to meet him.
God.
I can't wait
You
to
have
meet
to respect him. Do not call him Bubba.
No, I just was confused. I know his name.
Well, you don't think he exists. You think I have this imaginary friend that I used as a crutch.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't feel that way at all. Jake, what are you looking forward to?
Probably just seeing everyone signing more autographs. Like based off of what the turnout was for Worcester, I just was super pumped for Section 10 night because I think it'll probably be like 10x. But yeah, just seeing everyone come out and being able to interact with people.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm just looking forward to seeing the number, like how many people are, like being able to like visualize, being able to actually see how many people came out. That's gonna be really cool. I'm sure Steve's gonna be like, just can't wait to see all the people. I love the people, and can't wait to see the people. Yeah, what were you gonna say if I asked you the question, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see the listeners of this show. The people that show support and that are constantly listening, buying the merch, leaving reviews, and just supporting us through thick and thin. I'm excited to see them. Outside of that, kind of going to piggyback on what Tyler said. Seeing family and getting to spend time with them during the game. And this is nothing against the Woo Sox. If anything, it's a hat tip to those listeners, Jared, that showed up in Worcester.
You think you're going to get to spend time with your family?
During the game, yeah.
I had this question as well. I was
I
thinking
think
about
we're
this.
going to be doing the picture thing during the game.
I think none of us really know how this is going to go.
Nobody does.
Yeah, there's no chance you're going to see your family until after the game, I would imagine.
Is this confirmed, Jake?
Like they've got they printed off like a backdrop for us to like take pictures with people in front of. I can't if it took
Isn't
us
that before the game?
I didn't even know about
game.
this.
Put it this way, if the Woo Sox said you'll do the meet and greet from innings 3 to 6, and it took us 3 until the end of the game, they had to like cut off the line, then I would imagine that the turnout for this is going to be 10 times bigger. So we would probably be doing that for the entire game.
Well, I saw the email that the Red Sox sent out, which, by the way, this is still, even though we've known about this for a little while, seeing the Red Sox send an email out and we're just like in the email, still awesome. Love that. I could have sworn that said get to gate C by 4:30 or even before then, to do the meet and greet stuff, to put Tyler in the water, all that sort of stuff by the concourse there on gate C. So I assumed that was going to be the time leading up to our first pitch that we're doing meet and greet stuff. I could be wrong. I got to say, I'm okay with kind of learning on the fly, too, of how this is going to go, because that happened in Worcester. I think we did a good job with it, but I would like to spend a little time with the fam.
You can spend time with there's only one Section 10 night. You can see your parents whenever you want. I like
your dad, Steve.
I'm literally...
My dad likes you.
I'm gonna if it's like a couple hours before the game, probably everyone that's going isn't going to be there. So if people like spent money on it, I'm down to meet and greet for the entire game. But if Steve wants to hang out with his parents.
Not the whole time. I didn't say the whole time, but again,
kind of what you're saying.
It sounds like we don't know the full schedule, and that's okay. We'll kind of improvise as we go along here, but I'm just excited to see the listeners of this show interact with them, That's what it's all about.
Well, if we think about it, right? So if everything starts at 4:40 for us, that's going to be 2
Apparently
hours.
It starts at fucking 9:30 in the morning is what I'm being told.
The latest update.
Yeah.
Like that 2 hours and 20 minutes, are they going to like right when the game starts? Are they going to be like, hey, you guys need to chill, go throw the first pitch and then come back to where we're all hanging out? Is that
no, someone else is going to we're going to have stand-in actors are going to do the first pitch because we're going to be at the meet and greet.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who'd you have play you for the first pitch, Tyler?
Jonah Hill.
He's skinny now,
not
though.
Terrible.
He can gain weight.
Tyler's
He's
trimmed.
been building
Tyler's
for this
lost
role.
weight, but I mean, like Jonah Hill looks sickly.
No. He looks well put together. Listen, when a lot of fat people lose weight in life, like Adele, people don't want to just say they look healthy and happy. They judge them.
Jonah Hill don't look healthy.
Who's playing you, Jared? What small-legged fellow?
Wow. I actually have
Jeez.
average sized legs now, so that doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. You have to say something true to hurt my feelings. I feel like Seth Rollins would be a good pick. He'd
Not
just have to
terrible.
like wear his hair in a bun or something.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You have similar facial hair, but he looks very tall.
He's like 6'1". I'm like 6 feet.
You know who kind of looks like you a little bit?
Who?
Aaron Rowand. Remember Aaron Rowand?
Aaron Rowand, the
On
Phillies,
the
guy.
Phillies? Yeah. A little bit. Not really, but he was one of the first guys that came to mind.
He was
looks
on the
nothing
05
like
White
me.
Sox.
Yeah,
There we go.
I don't think they look anything like. Nope.
He could play you for sure.
There's like the Aaron Hernandez documentary that's come out where the guy playing Aaron Hernandez looks nothing like him.
He
Like,
couldn't
could not
look
be
less
farther
like Aaron Hernandez. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I saw the trailer. I'm like, not even close to
I haven't
Aaron
seen that.
Hernandez.
I haven't seen.
By
that.
the way, and I want to ask you guys, I think I already know what you're going to say, but I got a decent amount of
don't
mentions
think you
today
did
that
it. Yeah.
I look a lot like Dick Fitz. I don't think I look a lot like Dick Fitz.
No, I don't see it
But
at all.
A lot of people said that, and I don't want to say I was offended. I was a smidge offended, maybe a little bit.
Well,
He's
don't
about
call him
35.
ugly.
I'm not calling him ugly. He's just like 40 pounds heavier than me, so that's all
Whoa.
I'm saying. Hey, I'm
You call him fat?
Call him
not
a
calling him
Teletubby.
fat. Not calling him fat. I'm just looking at the numbers. That's
I
all
feel
I'm
like
saying.
you're calling him a little hefty.
No, well, he is a little hefty, is he not? Dick Fitz?
No, he's tall.
He's a little big.
Nah, I think he carries it well.
What would you guess the weight and height is? If you just had
215.
to 215?
230.
6'3", 230.
Yeah, 230 was a wild guess. I didn't look it up when everyone was counting it. So yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys think of that one because I got that a lot. I'm like, I don't really know about that.
The difference is it's the face, right? Steve, you're not a facial hair guy. I think that's where the relation is, but he has a very weak jawline. You have a pretty strong jawline.
Thank you. And I feel like I can bring it back to if I try to just stop eating terribly all the time. Then again, Jared does that and he doesn't gain any weight. Jared doesn't gain any weight or sweat. It's an interesting combo you got going on. I've
That's
never
all
I'm
we
gonna
really
have
do.
understood it.
Cinnabons after we're done with this show. Yeah, we're having Cinnabons tonight.
Okay.
We had Cinnabons last night too.
Back-to-back night of Cinnabons.
Yes, Cinnabons. I saw that. What was that fucking Josh Hartnett movie? Trapped.
It got us
Trapped?
there. I don't
Trapper.
Oh, yeah. I saw that movie.
know. Oh, there you go.
Great
Is
film.
it good?
Yeah, I
Incredible.
liked it. I liked it.
Oh,
Oh.
you went and saw it too, Jared.
No, I've rented it from home.
No, still, it counts.
Mhm.
Jeremy went and saw it as well. I know he's listening right now.
What's up, Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Yeah,
Did you get it?
Jeremy?
He doesn't always give it to you.
Nope.
He's always lurking in the shadows, but
You never know when you're gonna get it.
yeah. Yeah, he's like Vince McMahon back. Actually, that's a bad compliment. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not right.
I mean, Jay, cut that. He's like someone that's backstage that sometimes will pop out, but he's always there. That was Jeremy's a good person though. Not like Vince McMahon. Bad guy. Terrible guy. You know what's a great beer? It's Blue Moon. Some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon can say that they're brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. And no beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. You know what we should have done, Tyler? We should have thought ahead, got on the phone with Blue Moon and had Blue Moon in the dunk tank.
Oh my God, that would have been incredible. I could have just, snorkeled it a little bit while I was down there and kept
It's
it moving
so
all night long.
delicious. I mean, that wouldn't even have been a punishment. I don't even, you know what? I was going to say, what are we punishing you for? But you had some slanderous tweets today that we're going to get to.
Slanderous, me?
Yeah. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. It's now the fall. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That's get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. It was actually really cool at the White Sox Section 10 night. There was plenty of individuals that wanted us to sign Blue Moon beer cans. That's a cool collector's item. If you have a Section 10 Blue Moon beer can, that's pretty sweet. Shout out to Blue Moon. Another fun season with Blue Moon riding with us. As always, very much appreciated. The Red Sox played the White Sox.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, oh boy. I mean, so I'll say this, because I know that there's, we have a very diverse audience in terms of what their appetite is for content, what their tastes are, what they're looking for from us. What are you doing, Tyler?
What are you doing?
I have a take. I just want to get off, and I'm
Go
getting
ahead.
ready
Go
for it.
ahead.
No,
Why
go
don't you
ahead. You're
No, go
speaking.
ahead. No, I want you to. You look very
He's
excited. Go ahead.
Middle of a point, and Tyler's just clawing around like a little cat over there. What are you doing?
What are you doing, Tyler?
I do think the tone for the rest of the season and really the series as a whole was set with the Rich Hill move going into Friday, where Cora for the first time said they need to start getting answers for this year, but beyond 2024 as well. So with Rich Hill kind of being out and Luis Guerrero coming in, that felt like the first white flag I've seen from this front office and team. And I don't really think it was about Rich Hill or anything like that. You know, what he could bring. Obviously, they rushed him along. He got one outing in Worcester. I don't think that was the original way they had hoped to use him. But I do think at this point, with, the playoff odds being below 7%, below 5% on BREF, it made sense to start, giving some of these younger guys an opportunity, including, hey, maybe they don't push Tanner Houck back a couple days. If they felt like they were really in it as much, you start to see Richard Fitz. I hope to see more of that over the next couple weeks, because it feels like a more realistic view of where they're at.
I'm with you. I think that there are some folks over there that are feeling it, saying, I think for a while we've been hearing from them, anything can happen. That's not a good thing to hear. Like if you're in anything can happen mode, that means, we're not in a good spot and no one believes that we can do it. And it's very unlikely that we're going to do it, but anything can happen. So now we're kind of getting to the point where Rich Hill gets DFA'd. Guerrero gets called up. Dick Fitz on the mound. Like now, you're starting to see all right, Rich Hill was kind of here to help out a little bit to kind of get there, but very quickly we learned we're not getting there. So what message would it send if we keep trotting out 44-year-old Rich Hill for innings when we do have some arms that are worth a look at the big league level? I guess it's a credit to the Red Sox to recognize that. I mean, Rich Hill, obviously, I'm sure he's happy to just go home at this point. Like, he came out, he pitched in his 20th MLB. Like, he checked the box, I don't think that there's any like embarrassment of like, wow, like I pitched for 4 games and then they sent me packing. It's like he's mature enough and wise enough to know they're not in the same place now that they were when they made the phone call asking if I'd be interested in coming on board. Like, I was coming in to like eat some innings and maybe help out some guys and whatever. And like they needed innings. Like the guys were going down left and right. Guys were pitching innings that they had never gotten to that inning limit before. And now it's like, all right, we'll bring up some guys because the wins and losses don't necessarily matter anymore. Which, like, again, I go back to what I was saying earlier about the people that aren't in touch with reality and saying, well, if we win this one and then the Twins and both, it's like, all right, man, like the organization is telling you that we're punting on the rest of the season. The organization is telling you, we're going to see what we got. This is the month of September. Once you have waved the white flag is valuable evaluation time. And, a team like the Yankees, what are they, 30 something straight winning seasons? Did I see? What is it?
It's in that ballpark.
32, 31, something like that. Consecutive winning seasons. They don't know what it's like to have September as evaluation time. We fucking see it almost every year. It's great. It's great. September rolls around and it's see what you got month. And the Red Sox are there. And to be, I know that it's like super negative to be like, yeah, that it sucks to have the month of September be an evaluation period instead of like a go for it, try to make the playoffs period. But Dick Fitz, okay. Like we're not calling up some slapdicks and just giving them innings because our other guys need a breather. I mean, old Dickie Fitz, he could be a guy. I don't know. I mean, I didn't love the lack of swing and miss, but after the game, he even said, he's like, I didn't have my best stuff today. Like even I knew that, but I still went out and I competed, not having my best stuff. So like that made me feel pretty good about being at this level.
There is still a scenario where you can call someone like Dick Fitz up and actually still be competing for a postseason spot. Like, I don't think they've definitively been at 100%. We're punting on the season. Season is over. Cora has danced the line very specifically.
They're just not full all in. I think you can realize at this point they're trying to do a little bit of both here. That's where they're
doing both
at.
sides of it. They're doing both sides of it, doing like, okay, well, we're going to call some guys up, but still having Story and wanting Hendricks to come back. Like, I don't think you fully do that unless you want some chance at trying to make the playoffs. But when I was crunching the old number-roonies, it's going to be just nearly impossible. And I'm always somebody that hangs on till the last second. Like, I enjoy...
Can you walk me through the number crunching?
I'm going to give you the number crunching right here. The projected record of the last playoff spot in the American League is 86-76. For the Red Sox to get to that number, they'd have to go 14-5 the rest of the way.
Oh, we can do that.
That's
just
gotta get off.
They'd have to go like 13-6. They can't
even win more than 2
13-6.
straight games.
That's the thing. To go 13-6 or 14-5, you have to win the remaining series that you have left. That includes the Orioles, the Yankees, the Twins. Like, that's not going to happen. So the season is over, even though you can still look at Fangraphs and other BREF, all that, 5%, 7%, whatever you want to say. The season is over, but the Red Sox haven't completely given up yet with 19 games
They should.
left. But they should. But it's also like I
not tomorrow. Wait until Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, need to win on Monday.
With Section 10 night on Monday, it does feel like everything is coming into place at the same time. Where we're going to be at Fenway Park, kind of for the funeral. It all feels like we're coming together to celebrate not the sad times, but the good times of the 2024 season. Which, believe it or not, there were a lot. Dude, I was just scrolling through. I don't know why I was doing this, but I was scrolling through just Red Sox and then their media that they posted on Twitter. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God, that walk-off happened. Right. Oh, right. And that homer happened. Wait, this was all this season. This all happened this year. Like, the switch was turned so quickly after the All-Star break that you kind of forget that this was, I don't want to say for most of it, but almost most of the season was fun. But it just doesn't.
First 2 months, not fun.
Last 2 months, not fun.
It's really mid-June until the All-Star break, I'd call
essentially,
it.
That's what I said.
Mid-June to mid-July, you still had some good moments.
It was a fun month and a half.
Specifically after the break, it's been mainly a shit show, and
19
games to go. Butt cheeks, Benny Butt Cheeks, by the way.
Benny Butt Cheeks, big time,
some
big
good
time
swings
series.
at Fenway this weekend.
Yeah, and he dropped that ball on purpose for us and left.
He wanted to give us a chance in the finale.
Made a sick catch and then just went. What?
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he let it slip out of the glove there. He's like,
it was a little.
He wanted you to know he could still do it, but he wanted the Sox to win. The Red Sox.
He basically made the catch, and then he just kind of like right out.
Yeah. He did make the catch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still loves the Red Sox, I think.
Red Sox still love him. He
Definitely
still
doesn't love the White Sox
when he's back here.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? He's a World Series champion for life. He did.
Do you guys notice any other? Like, I think Benny is still the top jersey at Fenway. I see the Benintendi 16. It's like him
I still
and
see a
Pedro.
lot
That's
of
not even a joke.
Marcus.
Like, I think they're like neck and neck.
I see a lot of
the most at
Marcus
Fenway Park.
still.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't love it. And it's not his fault. I just don't love it.
I think Benintendi was just the last real heartthrob of Red Sox like fandom. The guy that like everyone, boy or woman, could appreciate. Be like, damn, he's beautiful.
Boy or woman.
Bobby
like, wherever you kind of fell in, you kind of had to show it. You have to be a decent ball player to get that kind of treatment. I'm sorry. I think the diehards do. I don't care. Throw me in there, man.
Suck a dick, dude. Suck a dick. Don't talk about Bob like that. Ever. He was a good ball player.
Every boy and woman loved Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yes. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that if we're being honest, because Tyler's just going to say mean shit and it's going to piss me off and I'm going to want to fight him instead of suspend him. I'm going to beat the shit out of him tomorrow. If you say one fucking thing about Bob, I'm swinging.
You're just gonna keep his head
on
down
site.
in the
Yeah, I'm going to
tank.
drown
Like,
you tomorrow, dude.
That's it.
Oh,
It's on site.
Bob.
It's
Hey,
on
he may
site.
stick
Don't-
in the
hey,
organization. He
shut
may
up.
stick.
I was gonna ask. Can I have a serious question here?
Yeah. I don't hold on.
think-
Tyler
What?
can't answer this. Go ahead.
Wait, may I
Okay.
go first?
No, you're not allowed to speak on Bob. Go ahead, Steve.
DFA. I hate DFAs for many reasons, but one being that we always kind of treat it on Twitter like it's the be-all, end-all when it certainly is not the be-all, end-all, considering how the process goes.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Dahlbeck has been in this organization for so long. Obviously, we've talked about him for so long. He was on the show 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is he definitively gone?
I hope so, because he's being DFA'd so that they can take him off the 40-man. So it's like he
Yeah.
was already in purgatory on the 40-man, and he's even more in purgatory if they take him off the 40-man and they're just stashing him in AAA. So I hope that a team claims him or trades for him or whatever. Like they release him and he signs somewhere. I hope because I want him back in the big leagues. All right, fine. It's not going to be here. Fine. But do I think that he can play at the big league level in a different environment and be successful at it? Absolutely. Yeah. So like selfishly, I want him here forever, but I want to see his career get that second life. And I know it's like a crazy comparison, but it almost like reminds me of like Brent Rooker, where Tyler, I'm fucking serious.
I'm just listening, dude. I didn't even say anything.
You fucking smirked.
I'm just listening.
You
I'm
smirked
hearing
at
you
the
out.
comparison of Brent Rooker. Go
Paint the
look
picture
at Brent.
for me.
Go look at.
I know who Brent Rooker is.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
who he became.
Yep.
Who
I remember
he
twins,
became,
Brent Rooker.
Exactly. Who he became after he left the organization that thought that he was going to be something. And then they were like, yeah, fucking fine, dude. Go to Oakland. And then he did. And he became an all-star, one of the best right-handed bats in baseball. I'm not saying Bob's going to become the best one of the best right-handed bats in baseball. But could he go somewhere in a completely different environment and figure it out and be a legit right-handed bat? Yeah, I do think that. I still do. So it's happened before. It can happen again with Bob. And we're not going to get any commentary on this subject from Tyler. We're just not.
Can I? I'm not.
No,
it's not even
no,
a
no,
comment.
no.
I just
No.
want to speak on what you guys are talking about. What could happen with Bob? That's it. I'm not going to have an opinion.
I think we
I'm just
covered
going to
it.
say.
I think we covered it.
Well, you guys didn't say what his options were, basically.
We just did.
Can he say that? I think he can say that, right?
If he gets
No.
DFA'd, he can clear waivers and he can accept an option.
He has to. He has to go to Worcester if they send him there. He doesn't have a choice, but he'll be a free agent at the end of the year, no matter what, either way.
Yeah, so he'll get a chance somewhere else.
So
They
he's-
should-
he's
More
gonna
likely than
have-
not next year.
More likely than not, 2 weeks from now, he's out of the organization, right? When the Worcester season ends?
Yes, when the season ends, then at that point, he's going to be set for minor league free agency, and he'll be on his way.
Okay.
Unless he has some weird, turnaround about how he feels about being here. But I think anyone who knows how Bob feels, he hasn't wanted to be here in quite some time.
I think that's
Why are you looking at me?
You're the one who talks to him. He certainly doesn't
I-
speak to me. We know that.
He fucking hates you. I just got to see him last weekend, and yeah, he looks good. He's doing good. Had a big week this week in Worcester, so I hope he catches on somewhere and ends up being a fucking all-star, just so I can beat the shit out of Tyler.
I think Cora today just put it the way it needs to be put. Like when you're talking about a player, and he said it before anything, he's like, the swing and miss is up there at the top of the league. It's just the reality. It's the player he's been. You go back to 2022 at the 37% K percentage at this point. Like it just hasn't been good
Yeah, not to
whatsoever
crap
in
on
that
the guy.
department.
Yeah,
But he goes, I hate to mention even
a
a change of scenery for him, but like you see what happens for some guys. When a guy is technically not even out of the organization yet, and that's the kind of conversation you're having about him, I think that should tell you how you should handle this thing. Because at this point, and I said this last episode, his spot on the 40-man hasn't made sense for quite some time.
I've just felt bad for Bobby. I mean, we've all felt bad for Bobby, but there's layers to that. I feel like you can have sympathy for somebody and empathy for the situation they're in and all that. And then there's what Bobby Dahlbeck has had to go through recently. And Tyler, I'm sure you got all the stats ready and all that. Of course, at the big league level, he wanted it to go better, but that has to blow to be as talented at your craft as you are, that Bobby Dahlbeck is, and still not be able to crack through for a team that you did show signs of being able to perform at a high level with in 2020. Now it's hopefully he can catch on somewhere else, but it just sucks for him that he's gone through this. Yeah.
I saw Red Sox stats tweet, and Steve kind of just echoed it there. Like, oh, he had a good 2020. He was the best hitter in the American League in the second half of 2021.
You want those numbers from August through the end of 2021?
Not the end of 2021, but for a good chunk of 2021.
August through the end of the regular season that year was 288, 369, 683, OPS over 1,000.
Yeah, dude.
Wasn't the end it wasn't like the last 3 weeks though? He didn't do
last 2 weeks. He cooled down, and then the playoffs were really rough.
Yeah. No, Bobby had a lot of really good moments here. I'm just saying, like, big picture wise, it sucks that not just that it didn't work out here.
It was longer than just August, by the way. It was it started June 10th. June 10th, 84 games. 275 with a 916 OPS.
Yeah. They had a whole thing. I remember it was Sunday Night Baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, and they were showing the top OPS guys in baseball like the prior 2 months. I think Bobby was
Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
Call him
he's
up.
had to be down in Worcester.
Well, he was horrendous in July. He had an awful month of July. 39 weighted runs created plus for Bobby Dahlbeck. July 2021.
I don't care, dude. I hope he catches on with another team.
Percentage.
I hope he catches on with another team and he makes 20 fucking all-star teams. That's why he's an amazing human being. I love Bobby Dahlbeck. I'd do anything for him.
Pre-Tyler, by the way, but he was great to this program. He was great to this podcast, and came on whenever, was super nice to us, and obviously you root for those guys. So It does suck when this happens. We know that the stats are the stats, but want it to work. If anything, this is a good thing. I didn't see the news as a bad thing or a sad thing. I want him, obviously, we want him to catch on. I don't think Tyler does, but we want him to catch on.
I don't hate
else.
Bobby Dahlbeck, the guy. I have nothing personal. All I've ever said is I don't think.
Before we recorded that you hate just the human. Like you just
you did say that.
You said that.
Word for word, that is what I said. He may not like me, but it's never been personal. I just don't think he's a good ball player. I think he has tools, but at the major league level, you strike out 46% of the time. Sorry, I'm good.
He's got tools, and he's going to whale you in the face with those tools.
When you've been begging for years for a team, any team to trade for you for anything, and nobody will, isn't that kind of pretty telling how
that's not true?
You?
That's not even true.
What do you mean? He's been sitting here unhappy clearly for years, and no team has dealt for him.
You talked to him before?
Bobby Dahlbeck? No, I just see every time he's floated it to a beat reporter at the deadline, and they basically tweeted out saying, it'd be really nice if someone freed Bobby Dahlbeck from AAA here. It's like, well, no, the guy's been sitting in a quadruple A player for years.
You think that he's responsible for that?
I think he's made it clear to a lot of people that he wasn't super happy.
That's different than him floating thing. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. He is so at peace with everything. Yeah, he's not. There's definitely dudes that if you told me that they were floating things to reporters, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like him. Bobby Dahlbeck, he is not that guy.
Has he not been unhappy, and it's been clear to a lot of people?
That's different than what you said.
I think
Tyler,
he's made his unhappiness clear.
I think we'd all be unhappy in this situation. And it's okay to be unhappy with you having some of the blame too.
That's it. I mean? It's just no offense to him. He's done nothing to, he's gotten the opportunities. And he hasn't done anything with them.
He's gotten the opportunities. He's gotten the opportunities.
It'd be one thing if he never got a shot and he was just stuck down there all the time. It's like, no, they gave you chance after chance. And unfortunately, it got worse every single time they gave you the chance.
Bobby's still in his 20s.
He's going to be 30 next year.
He's still in his 20s, though. This could still work out, Tyler. I'm just saying. Somebody give him a chance. Please.
Yeah. Godspeed, Bobby Dahlbeck. I love you. I wish you all the best. And wherever you go, I will follow. I'll always be a fan.
Try pitching. Seriously, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He should do it.
You are being disrespectful.
I'm not. He was a really good college pitcher.
He's a really good hitter, too.
I know he doesn't want to do it, but hey, go out there. If you can throw mid-90s, anything's possible.
Try being a mascot, Bobby. I know you did that in high school. Just bring it back for the Pirates.
I hate you, Tyler.
I'm not being unfair.
You're being patronizing. You're being patronizing. He can still hit.
I've been consistent.
Does he have the most home runs with the Woo Sox this year?
Maybe
You
ever.
want him to switch to pitching?
Does he? Last
so.
time I looked, even though Nico Cavadas had left, he was still leading.
52 bombs in his last 200 AAA games.
Let's look. This year, Bobby Dalbec at AAA. Steve, do you have this year?
This year, yeah, 19 bombs, 64 RBIs, 255, 833 OPS.
I mean, that's pretty fucking good. An 833 OPS.
In 85 games.
And you think he should switch to pitching? This is why you're a dumbass.
I'd consider it.
You'd consider it a guy that has an 833 OPS to switch to pitching? That's a serious take?
Yes, at AAA.
Well, you're a dumbass.
There's a lot of quadruple A guys that sit at that level and never get to the big leagues because, unfortunately, they strike out too much.
Because, unfortunately, he plays for the Boston Red Sox where there's you can get blocked at the big league level pretty easily up there.
Sure. I wonder why one of those second
There's
division
plenty
teams
of other teams in the big leagues right now that would gladly take a right-handed bat that can play first base, third base, some outfield, and maybe pop you 20 home runs and have an OPS north of 800.
At AAA?
We're going to move on.
Mm.
I think Tyler needs life insurance, Steve.
Yeah, I would have to agree considering what could be coming his way after this Bobby
Tomorrow.
talk.
Mm-hmm.
You think it happens tomorrow?
I'm just saying. I mean, he's going to be doing
He doesn't have anything going on.
What?
Bob.
You're
It's very borderline.
Yeah, I think Tyler needs life insurance, Steve.
I think he needs ethos.
Yes. I would agree because ethos is the best as it pertains to life insurance. Yes.
I would absolutely agree with that as well. Having that one good thing we do helps us ensure that our families feel like they're being taken care of. That's why Ethos makes securing life insurance easy. So there's one more thing you can do to give your family a long-term safety net. Apply for affordable life insurance easily and quickly online without a medical exam. Just answer a few questions for a free quote in less than 10 minutes at ethoslife.com/Section 10. Term life policies from 10 to 30 years of coverage start as low as $10 a month, Jerry. Save time with customizable coverage to fit your needs and budget. Plus, you can start your policy instantly. No medical exam required. Just answer a few health questions, 100% online, and see your rates in minutes. Their agents can simplify the process and walk you through step by step. They've earned 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 1,900 reviews. That is a lot of reviews. Add one more good thing to everything you do for your family with Ethos. Like I'm hoping to spend some time with my family on Section 10 night.
Not happening.
Term life policies start as low as $10 a month. Get your free quote at ethoslife.com/section 10. That's ETHOS life.com/section 10.
Yeah, forget about it.
No chance. Not happening.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of you got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas. Yes, Tyler. Yeah. Yep.
Why do I feel like you love Bob more than you love me?
Oh, it's not even close. I don't know that there's anyone outside of my family, I guess my girlfriend, but that I love. I love Bob.
More than your mom?
Outside of my family, you fucking idiot. I love Bob more than anyone.
Wait, more than your dad?
More than your sister, dude? That's your family, bro. Yes, Tyler?
I was watching the beautiful vlog put together on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Of your, entire week. And I saw that you had these open frames in your media room.
Yes.
Now, you didn't mention specifically one way or the other, that there was definitive guys going in there. I know one was for Nomar or whatever it was.
And Barry Bonds.
Yep, Barry Bonds as well. I was wondering, because I don't think there is a picture of me and you together, if we could maybe take a picture and we'll put it in there together. I'll hang it.
So the spot on the wall above those empty picture frames is where actually, you know what? Maybe it won't be just me and you because I don't like you that much to do just one. Like I don't even have one of just me and Steve. Steve's on the wall. Colley's on the wall.
There, yeah. On there a couple times.
So there's a canvas of Section 10, a big canvas of Section 10, and then next to it is a big canvas of me throwing out the first pitch at Fenway. I'm going to take that one down because above those picture frames is where I'm putting the first pitch collage with all the balls and everything. So that first pitch at Fenway picture is going to be in there. So I can't have it on the wall twice. So whatever picture that comes out, like if we take a picture of all of us, like me, you, Jake, Steve, Coley, Pete, Fights, like if we get a picture on the field at Fenway, that's the one that I'm going to make a big giant canvas, and then I'll put that in that one's place. So you'll be on the wall, but I mean, I don't know, maybe, yeah, because I think Steve is on the wall twice.
Yeah, on there 2 times.
Yeah,
Deal.
Tyler's not on there at all.
Is Jake?
Tyler, you'll get on there.
Jake is not on the wall yet, but he should be.
Well, Jake is that huge mural when you walk into the house.
Yeah. Jake's in the entryway in front of the front door.
Yeah.
But yeah, that first pitch piece is going to be sick. And then I'm just picturing like, you know, all Section 10 guys, past, present, future, on the field at Fenway together. And that'll just be like that'll be a cool thing to hang up in the media room. And I got to take that down anyway, because every time we do a live stream, there's a competing casino / sportsbook / gambling company that's on the Green Monster.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just above the couch. You can only see their name. You can't even see the picture of me throwing out. The first pitch is beneath the couch. And then this big giant ad for another gambling company is above that. So every time we live stream, people are like, why is that there? And I'm like, I guess we got to take that down. So we're going to take that down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Underdog. We fucking love Underdog. It's a great place to be. The best place to be. Underdog Fantasy app. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Promo code JRJARED. Get up to $1,000. That's big time. And a special pick on Underdog. But yeah, we're almost done. We're almost done with that room. That's going to be great. I think probably, like, I'm hoping, you know what? I'm going to put the Stevie P guarantee on it. By opening day next year, we'll have our own Section 10 studio in that room.
You can. I still don't like when you put a Stevie P guarantee on.
I understand that you think that you could, because like I get your concern, Steve.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't happen, then you're the asshole.
Comes back to me. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm so confident, is because I would never make you look like an asshole.
All right. I guess I'll let it fly. Well, I also know you're gonna do that, so yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that can work for this one.
We're definitely gonna do it. It's just like by opening day, maybe a little risky, but like I don't know, we're still gonna do it. Yes, Tyler?
How about we try out the T Millie guarantee?
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
He's really point happy this episode. He's doing it.
I'm mad by it.
On the show, and he's it's like, just say it, Tyler.
Yeah, it's like I've just had a bad day because of Bob, you know? Like I've had a bad day because of Bob. And Tyler, it's almost like everyone that's a Bob hater, he's the face of it. So it's not even really Tyler that I'm mad at. It's just like he's the face of the Bob denier. And I hate that face because no one loves Bob more than I do.
I like Bob the guy. The guy seems like
you
a nice
don't
teammate.
know the guy.
No, but you hear the way teammates speak about him, and it was always positive. It was never negative. Like
everybody loves
all
Bob.
Those things. It was just
everybody loves Bob.
Performance based. That's all.
His performance was great.
And we're
just depends on. It depends on what. Yeah, we're moving on. It depends on what stats you use. We're moving on. Jake.
We played the White Sox this weekend.
Yeah, we played the White Sox. Won the series, by the way. That was a big series win. Oh, announcement. Announcement. Clark's Ketchup is done for the end of the year.
Yep, canceled.
Done for the year. Yep. That's how you really, like, you thought we canceled the season last episode. Now you know. Clark's Ketchup Series MVP canceled. And I thought a lot about this. Like,
wasn't just us either who was part of this decision.
Right. We involved the panel, the expert panel. Yeah. If they had won today, though, We still want to
Oh.
cancel it, right? Today was the
No,
dagger.
Of course. No, yeah. Today was, again, still 2% chance they make the playoffs. But no, today was the one that really put it over the top.
Yeah.
Honestly, when we put the graphic out about drizzling ketchup, I forgot that like what that even is. I'm like, oh, right. They 2 out of 3. Like they won the series. That's right. That's how that goes. It had almost been 3 weeks. I think more than 3 weeks since they had won a series. The last one was in Houston. So, yeah, they win the series and still lose the finale the way they did with Zach Kelly. And you don't get ketchup. That's just kind of how it works. At this time, credit to all of us. It felt right for all of us, by the way. I don't think any of us was like fighting back on that. It was like, no, everyone agreed that the ketchup, the trophy, it's canceled. And that's how Jarren Duran locks up the most for the season, which does feel right based on how the season went. But yeah, it's over.
I think it would have been weird if we lost to the White Sox and then put out a Clark's Ketchup series
There
MVP.
was no. We were texting about that. Like, there's no scenario where we could have confidently put that graphic out there and felt good about it. Like that doesn't. Against the White Sox, worst team ever. The way it happened.
Yeah.
The fact that Twins lost again.
Yeah.
You couldn't make up that game. It's like no.
I mean, the Red Sox could still make the playoffs, and I wouldn't do Clark's Ketchup MVP. Like, all that says to you is that the Twins fucking suck.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox, like people were even in my mentions. Like, I know we like talk about some like the dumb people on Reddit, but like someone was in my mentions the other day being like, man, you got to keep the faith. Like, this is what they said after they got smoked in 04. I was like, the 04 team won 98 games. They were already in the ALCS when we were because it was the Cora quote of saying like, yo, don't let us win tonight, or like, why not us? And I said, why not us? Because we're not fucking good. That's why. It's a very simple answer. Like, you're a 500 team, you have a negative run differential, and like, oh yeah, but like, when they were saying why not us, like that was the thought process. You got to keep the faith. It's like, no. Like Kevin Millar and fucking Kurt Schilling, like they were talking about a 98 win baseball team. This is not a 98 win baseball team. Like, they will be lucky to finish 500 at this point.
I just want to reiterate something. I already said it during this program.
Say it again.
But if you are someone that believes the Red Sox still have a chance of making the playoffs, this literally is what they're going to have to do in order to make the playoffs. They have to win a series against the Orioles. They have to win 3 out of 4 against the Yankees. They have to win 2 out of 3 against the Rays. They have to win 2 out of 3 against the Twins. They have to win 2 out of 3.
They can sweep that Yankee series, though.
Of course. But they have to win 2 out of 3 in Toronto, and then 2 of 3 against the Rays at home to finish. Now, of course, the Rays and the Blue Jays have been in 4th and 5th for most of the season, even though I think right now the Rays might have jumped the Red Sox for 4th in the division, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're 1 game back.
Okay, 1 game back, but still, they would have to win every series. Like, they literally have to win every series the rest of the way if they want to make the playoffs. We all know that's not happening. Let's be real about it.
It's not even 2021, where like if you want to sit there and be like, well, I just remember getting our heads kicked in for the entire second half, and fortunately everything fell in place towards the end of September. It's like first half that year you were 55 and 36. You're almost 20 games above 500, and you still finished the second half that year 3 games above 500. Right now this year you're 19 and 28 since the All-Star break.
And thinking about how important those wins were down the stretch in 2021, mentally, I thought they were like 2 games out, 2.5 out. When they were winning those games, they were still in playoff position. Like, it wasn't like those launch them past teams. Like, no, that was just to hang on in desperation to the wild card spot,
Like,
which is what they did.
Up, you're trying to pull yourself
Past
above
teams,
the water,
and you're trying to climb 4 games with 19 left. I don't think people, a lot of people do, but some don't realize how hard that is to do.
There's a team in front of you. When there's a team in front of you before you even get to the wild card conversation, Alex Cora said it. Don't compare us right now to the Twins and Royals. You just can't do it. We're not there. We're worried about trying to be better than 500, which, hey, you're 1 game better right now. Congratulations.
2, right?
72 and 71.
72 and 71.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
It does suck because, let's be honest, like, we all got some homer in us. If they won the finale 3 games out, I would have had the convo. I definitely would have had the conversation.
3 games out would have made it interesting because then you just point to that Twin series and you cling. You still have to sweep and then you'd be tied, right?
I know.
But there was something you could kind of hold on to when you have the Orioles and Yankees coming. I think you guys framed it well. The
They're
funeral idea is how it feels. It feels like you're about to get your head kicked in.
If you look at it from the Twins are coming to town and you only got to be like 3 or 4 out, it does sound a lot easier than like you got to win every series the rest of the way. So I'm going to let that sit over there. But yeah, the season's over.
Well, and then you're talking about a White Sox team you went 4-3 against this year. Like, as much as we talk about the Royals and the Twins just beating the shit out of the White Sox, you didn't do that this year. Like, you had your chance.
I mean, here's the take that I wanted to get off.
Yeah, go for it.
So Friday night. All right, let's go back to the Mets series, right? Wednesday.
Really?
No, just the end of it. Wednesday they get swept by the Mets. That to me was the dagger. Season's over, right? Thursday, and we said this on the podcast Wednesday. Thursday was the off day. Use this as a mental health day. I did. I got away from I didn't watch any out of market baseball on Thursday. I let it go. I needed that day to, like, that was the day that I buried the season, that Thursday. Friday was the double date at Fenway. And
how'd it go, by the way?
it was excellent. So I applied for the press pass, and that was just to like get in or whatever. Like, I didn't go early. Like, I didn't go to batting practice. Like, I didn't treat it as a work day. I was just like, I'm just going to go and have a fan experience. Like, I'm not thinking of this as work. I'm not thinking about if we win tonight, then who knows? It was just, let's go to a Red Sox game. Let's sit in the seats and let's just have a good time with good people. And we had the fucking sick dugout seats, Steve, the ones that we had the ponchos on. Yep.
Yeah.
So we went up to the, shout out to the Aura Club, baby. The Aura Club. We went up there, had dinner, had some drinks, went down to the dugout seats. Just so the couple that we were with, both of their first times at Fenway ever. I always love being someone that can be alongside for someone's first time ever at Fenway. So,
well, especially with the Jerry access, that's a pretty good. Best
first time ever.
It's going to be worse than this.
I said that. I was like, you're never going to be able to like sit somewhere else. Like, you're never like, this is, yeah, like this
all
is
the
a
games
good.
After this are going to suck. Honestly, it's not going to be like this at all.
This is as good as it gets. So you can put aside like the whole like, fuck, the season's over. Like, oh man, we're tied late against the White Sox. Like, this is pathetic. Just put all that aside and see how excited they were to be sitting that close, to be at Fenway for the first time, be like, oh my God, it's so much bigger than it is on TV. Like, look at the size of the players and the lights and everything. Like, getting to live vicariously through them who were experiencing Fenway Park for the first time. That was awesome. Like, what's funny, Tyler?
Honestly, it has nothing to do with the story. I just thought about when I used the word bi-curiously.
Yeah.
From the neighbor dag today, someone said that to me, and I had forgotten about it.
Yeah. Tyler, during the name redacted days, Steve, when I just said live vicariously, Tyler thought it was live bi-curiously.
It's a little different.
It's very, very different.
Shout out to the 162 gays.
Yes. Shout out to the 162 gays.
You just got to live bi-curiously.
That's what I was doing.
I was at Fenway just living bi-curiously through.
It's like, what were you guys doing in the Aura Club? Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. That was a wild time. But yeah, no, I had fun. I suspended the big picture for a night. That's all it's about. And I hope that we do that on Monday. Like, just suspend the big picture.
We all will.
I mean, I'm definitely not going to be like miserable at Section 10 night at Fenway for sure.
No, but I don't think that's even going to come into our brains. Like, I really don't think any of that is going to be present.
Yeah.
Like, after tomorrow night, sure. Are we doing the Allcast Tuesday? I kind of hope no, but I think we are. Yes, that will be in our brains then.
With Lou.
Oh, with Lou.
Loomer.
All right, then that'll be great.
That'll be great.
They're all great, but Lou's the best.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, Monday, today, whenever the hell you're listening to this, it's going to be all fun and then back to some misery. It's okay.
Yeah. But it was, I had a good time, and it was because I was just living in the inning, living in the moment. And then it was just kind of like back to being miserable on Sunday. But not really. Not really. I don't even want to say I was back to being miserable. It was back to like the realization that it's over for sure. And like that sucks. And I hate obviously talking about finishing out the string after you've deemed the season dead is always tough.
Oh, this is the worst time of the year.
Yeah.
And the worst, obviously, is that it feels all too familiar. Like, we've had this way too much in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've had this feeling recently before, like a lot going on right now where we've mentioned it before. You turn that game on and it's like, what am I doing? Like, why am I watching this game right now? It genuinely makes you question why we're still watching. Even
I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. Like, no, I still just love watching baseball. So, it was my girlfriend.
Takes so much out of it when there's no value to the games.
I disagree. I mean, so today specifically, my girlfriend's daughter, she's in cheer. So she had a game today and we were sitting in the bleachers and what was the game at 1:35?
Yeah. Yep.
Like it wasn't like it was 1:50 and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot the fucking Red Sox are on. Let me put it on. I turned the game on like 5 minutes early because I was like, oh, Dick Fitz is like, I don't want to miss Dick Fitz. It wasn't about like, oh, are they going to win? Are they going to lose? If they sweep, then this and this could happen. Like, I've still accepted like season's over, but like I was still locked in, had the game on my lap, was watching it, was listening the whole drive home and was like into it. And you have the 5-run 9th inning or whatever, and I'm not devastated that they lost. It was more just like, fuck, whatever, shit ending to an otherwise interesting day. But I'm definitely not at the point where maybe, and you know what, now that I'm thinking of it and talking about it out loud, them being in third place is probably the biggest difference. If they were in last place again, then it's like, yes, then I agree with you, Steve. Why am I? Because it's just the narrative of why am I tuning in to watch a last place team again? They're a third place team.
Haven't we talked about this? Like, what's the difference between third and fifth? You said that,
because
right?
from like, yes, from a different perspective, but from a turning it on and putting in effort perspective of watching it, it's like saying it out loud makes it sound worse. Yep, fucking here I go. Put on my clown nose and my face paint to go watch a last place team again versus like, yeah, they fell short. Yeah, it's disappointing, but I still love baseball and I'm going to tune in to watch them anyway and whatever. Like, I know that they're not going to go anywhere, but I'm interested to see Dick Fitz take the mound. This is an interesting Alex Verdugo trade piece and number 15 prospect in the org. First Red Sox prospect to get called up and make their big league debut since Brian Bayo. Like I was interested enough and very much into it, but the loss didn't kill me because it's whatever. It's.
I think that's why, like, for them to start being like, all right, we're going to funnel some of these guys through. I hope we see Zach Penrod at some point soon. You know what I mean?
I think that's happening. Yeah.
Along with that, Trevor Story even coming back. I know a lot of people are so out on Trevor Story, and that whole thing has been kind of weird to me that people just can't even appreciate the fact that he's back right now. Say what you will about the player, and if you don't like him, okay, cool. Even though the guy personally has done nothing, to ever push anything that besides he was a good guy. But for Trevor Story to return when nobody thought he was going to this entire season long, where he was sending videos of Kyle Schwarber, doing what he did back in 2016 to Alex Cora to be like, hey, I'm going to fucking make it back. Watch what I do. I know a lot of people don't think it's going to happen. And here he is on September 8th. It was at least a 6-month recovery. He made it back in 5 months and 1 day to the big leagues. That's not just, starting a rehab assignment.
Yeah.
I feel like, you can at least tip your cap and be like, hey, credit to him.
Gotta tip your cap.
That's a guy who gives a fuck for a young core that needs leadership and needs those guys to kind of step up. Like, that feels like something hopefully the guys rally around and kind of grow around. And it was cool to watch him even play baseball. The next 2 or 3 weeks or so, like, one of the things I want to watch is Trevor Story and whether there are signs of life of a guy who can, the next couple years be worth something to the Red Sox.
I don't think I totally get that there's a big audience that's like, oh, who cares that he's back? It doesn't matter, this, that, and the third. I don't necessarily care. I care. I think a lot of people do care, but it's never going to change in this market if you still haven't done anything big picture wise for the team. The person can be great. Like, there was some similar DNA with Chris Sale, right? Where it's like, again, we like the guy, but you missing 100 starts during your extension, like, we're going to hate that. And so hating the unavailability, and even when you're, available, not producing much for the team, is okay. Like, I'm fine with fans that want to do that. At the same time, tip your cap is right. I mean, the fact that he made it back, and even seeing him out there was like, oh, right, yeah, he's playing again, and it's the same season that he had a really bad injury. So that counts for something, but I never have any problem with the fan base or the portion of it that's like, oh, great, like Trevor's story talk, I'm super excited. This is awesome that he's back. Like, there's nothing to be too excited about. It's big for him personally, but for us as fans, doesn't move the needle that
Too
much.
little, too late. Did you catch the OB nugget during the broadcast?
He has nuggets?
Which one?
He said, what did he say? I'm trying to think of how he worded it. He was like, yeah, I got a text yesterday from someone, and they made the point about, like Trevor Story coming back sooner maybe than he might have been ready, or, like fighting back from injury and like getting out there and being determined to get back there, faster than other people believe. Maybe that sends a message to some other guys. I'll have to pull it. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I know what you're talking about. I didn't take it that way in that moment, but I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, it felt like, hey, Casas, if you came back sooner, what would the season have been?
Look at the way he's looked the last 10 days or so. He looked horrendous.
They should shut him down.
Sides of the ball.
They should shut him down. That error was inexcusable because
he's had a couple of those in the last week.
I don't know what hop he expected there. He was guessing for the craziest hop ever.
Well, he was talking about it on the post game, and he said, like, it hit the grass and it was coming in. Like, all these guys now, they all know the fucking exit velos, like down to the decimal point. Between, like, Zach Kelly was talking about the exit velos on the hits that he gave up in the 5-run inning, and then Casas was talking about the exit velo on the ball that was hit to him, where he just, like, I mean, how many times, even in like Little League, get in front of the ball? It's like, okay, it was a bad hop, but if you miss it with the glove, then it hits you in the chest, so you can at least knock it down and still get the out. Like, he just like fucking like fielded it to the side, and then the ball goes down the line, and now it's a double. I mean, it's an error, but it's a 2-base error.
It happened in Bale's last start in New York.
Yeah, like, it's like, okay, you misread the ball. Fine, I guess. Like, if you expected it to bounce higher, but it ended up staying low, that's fine. But if you were in front of it, then you knock it down with your fucking chest. Like, that's what a first baseman's supposed to do. So that to me, I don't know. It's just, and I'm not trying to get on Casas, and I'm not trying to get on Zach Kelly either. It was just kind of the post game comments came across as just like, yeah, shit happens. And it's like, well, shit shouldn't happen like that.
How about shit doesn't happen?
Let's get to the point where shit doesn't happen. Let's not lead the fucking majors in unearned runs. Let's see what happens when we get that number down.
And even for like Zach Kelly, like, I know Peter Gamon's put out a tweet absolutely crushing him for his post game. To me, it's like, yeah, a lot of the hits, was it a lot of hard contact? No, but he was missing his spots. And Alex Kors said exactly that after the game. It made the point, and that's been the issue with Zach Kelly all year. That's why he runs into these, crazy stretches where he gives up homers. But he's like, we view him as someone with stuff to be a big dog in this bullpen, and he just consistently hasn't been able to do that. Say what you will, you gave up 5 hits, Zach Kelly, and you missed 1 bat. You got 1 strikeout. You need to miss more bats than that. That's what the equation is. You're allowing them to, put the ball in play and try these things. That's what happens in these spots because you don't hit your spots regularly. And that's always been the problem with Zach Kelly. The stuff is nasty. It's just when you leave it over the middle of the plate and you let guys put a bat on it, things like this are going to happen.
After every Kelly outing, I go on game day and just click where the pitch was in the strike zone. Let's go through his batters, go through the log, and see where the pitches were. And the one that's hit, which is blue, is typically always in the middle of the strike zone. It is like right in the meat of the zone, either center, left center. It's right where a batter wants to hit the ball. So regardless of how well you can throw it, how fast you can throw it, these guys are going to rip it. Even if you're on the friggin' White Sox, like, you're going to get hits and drive runs in, and that's what happened.
I will say on the Trevor Story front, I did think in game 2 and 3, you saw the difference up the middle with those double plays, a couple for Criswell that got him through that outing where, he didn't strike out a single guy, and then Fitz in this game needed those double plays in the 4th and 5th. And there was a level of comfort, whether it was the communication around the bag or whatever it may be. It just, not to simplify it, it looked like there was a quarterback out there. And I know a lot of people got pissed when Cora made that Francisco Lindor comp the other day. Offensively, obviously not. We know Trevor Story is not that guy at this point in time. Defensively, he is Francisco Lindor good. That is his metrics. You can look at last year and see what he was able to do in that short period. But I know people didn't like that comp. Story does bring something so badly missing for this Red Sox infield up the middle. And I think in those two starts, you see what it could do for those guys in terms of, something not blowing up in the fourth or third inning.
Everything's calm with him. Hands are calm. The throws are calm. It's all just like, okay, I trust that he's going to get the job done. To your point, Tyler, the double plays were very smooth. It's like, yeah, they're going to be completed. This isn't going to be thrown into the dugout. It's not going to be a short hop. Like, he's going to do that. He's got to stop swinging at this low and away crap. I feel like he does it all the time, and they throw him these pitches, and it's always just, reaching for it, and then, that same face he makes going back to the dugout. So hopefully the bat gets going, but I don't know. I'm going to have to see that before I'm super pumped about that aspect of his game.
Yeah, he got 2 hits, which, none of them were smoked. They were singles
Soft,
that fell in,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. But just for that Lindor comment, this year, Lindor in 1,200 innings at shortstop, 16 outs above average. Story in 314 innings at shortstop last year was 8. Now, listen, there's going to be ups and downs. We know how defensive metrics work. But even if he just doubled that production instead of, multiplying it by 4, which would make up the innings there, he is easily in that ballpark with Lindor. And for a Red Sox team that leads all of baseball in errors and unearned runs, Story is kind of, the best thing you could add to help, start to fix that, because we know the outfield is pretty solid overall. It's not something you have to worry about out there.
I just think that the main thing that comes from Trevor Story being back is stability. I think it's more just like, hey, we got a guy that plays this position. This is his position. Like, Rafaela did a nice job. I mean, he's a center fielder. Did a nice job filling in at shortstop when you needed him. Hamilton obviously started off horrendous at the position, which forced the Rafaela shortstop experiment, which ended up saving the season at the time. But having Trevor Story, who I think the quarterback thing makes perfect sense, because he's the fucking guy before the season that's having these infield camps. They all look to him as the guy. So if he comes in and I think, it goes back to a conversation that we had last episode about Devers. When shit hits the fan with the Red Sox, everyone was looking to Devers to get in front of a microphone and start talking. That's not his role. It's never been his role. You can say, all right, fine. Well, you were one for whatever, so you need to be accountable for you. Maybe you don't have to be the guy that speaks for the entire team, but as the highest paid player in the team, it would be nice if you were accountable at least for yourself if you're not going to speak on behalf of the team. Trevor Story is the guy that he could be hitting 300 with a 850 OPS over a 2-week stretch, but if the Red Sox have gone 2-12, then he's the guy that's going to stand up in front of his locker and answer for the entire team. Like, that's his role, but it's impossible to play that role when you don't play as many games or you don't play any games. So that's what they've been lacking, is his presence, his just the stability part of it, the leadership, the stability, the defense, all of it.
He was the one guy during spring training, and I had no problem with Devers speaking out at the time about where the team was at. Somebody had to do that. You had him doing it. You had Kenley doing it, kind of pleading for help. But it was refreshing as well to have someone like Trevor Story, who was on the opposite end, where he was like, hey, nobody fucking believes in us. Watch what we're going to do. We're going to wow everyone. And listen, that's bullshit every team says, especially ones that aren't expected to do anything. But when you realize that kind of voice is just completely taken out of the equation for young guys over the course of a season, that's where I think Trevor Story makes up the difference there in a lot of ways.
I think there almost needs to be a scale with Story being the voice, that the Red Sox need, because the Sox haven't done a good job of having that guy and employing that guy on the roster. So the fact that he would technically be the right one to talk in those situations can, I think, bridge the gap to the fact that he's hitting 220 for the team since he's been here. Like, you obviously, in a perfect scenario, you want him to be that 290 hitter, 280 hitter, is upper 7s, 8s, OPS. But that's just not really who he seems to be anymore, or who he's going to be for this team. He's a 227 hitter on the Red Sox, a 680 OPS. He was a 272 hitter for the Rockies with an 860 OPS. So it's That's the guy, the Rockies guy obviously is who you want to be answering the questions and, playing that Pedroia role of like representing, hey, we know we're going to get something from Story if something goes down. He's going to give us a reasonable quote, and he can do it because his bat's going, because he's producing at a high level. I don't know if we're going to get that guy again, which sucks. But then I'm just going to contradict myself and say that he should probably still be the voice of the team if he's out there, because he's the most veteran and the guy that the most, Red Sox players look up to right now. That also speaks the language, which matters a lot in this situation.
Just be if he can just get to 2022 Trevor Story league average bat while playing elite defense at shortstop,
That's
go
fine.
get me 20 bags a year. That's still a very valuable player. Is it going to match what people thought he was going to be here? No. Is it going to, allow people who blame him for the Xander Bogaerts situation, to finally accept him? No. But that bothers me too. I just hate the people that, look at Story and say, fuck him just because of Xander Bogaerts. You could have kept both. The Red Sox.
I don't really
had
hear
some
much of
kind
that
vision.
anymore.
Is there a
Oh,
lot of that?
I get that.
I don't
all
hear
the
that
time.
much anymore. I don't
all
hear
I
that.
see is, he's the reason that Xander's not here. And it's like, if you followed the details, you'd know that's not the case.
Yeah, I don't see much of that anymore. Because I think also the way that Xander has performed at San Diego has quieted a lot of the. We chose this guy over Xander.
No,
Like it's like
not great.
whatever.
That should be the title of this episode, Jake.
Whatever. Tyler, no man wants to lose his hair,
You're right about that.
but for men, it's actually very common. So don't feel bad. And now with Hims, the solution is simple. Try Hims Hair Loss Solutions and you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of subscribers who got their flow back. There's hope for you, pal.
Thank you.
Hims provides access to a range of hair loss treatments that work, all from the comfort of your couch. Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted treatment options and clinically proven ingredients like finasteride. Why do they put is anyone listening be like, oh, they got
Tell
that
me
finasteride?
in there.
Oh,
Please tell me it's in
thank
there.
God, finasteride and minoxidil.
I only use Hims because of the minoxidil.
Right. Yeah, either minoxidil or get out of here. And thank God that
Or
Hims
Phenexin.
has it. That can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. They offer personalized chewable oral spray and serum treatment options, so you can find what works best for you. The process is simple and 100% online. Just answer a few questions, and medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to your door, Tyler. Hims has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, so you feel like you are losing a part of yourself with your hair loss. Get Hims and get your confidence back. That's the problem with Tyler, is he has his confidence still. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/section10. That is HIMS.com/SECTION10 for your personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/section10. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Trying to do a little stop and shop
I did have one more thought.
on.
Oh.
I thought the Kenley Jansen stuff was kind of really weird the last 48 hours or so.
The lat?
Yeah, it seemingly popped up. The initial report was like, we're probably not going to see him for a while. I believe it came from Julian McWilliams, where he's like, I'll pitch once all this goes away. And then, like, surprisingly, he was ready to go the next day. I'm not saying there's anything like, kind of crazy out there, but there was a comment from Kenley that mentioned like, hey, Kenley, when did this start to flare up? And he said, I'll kind of keep a lot of that overall to myself. He did mention it went back to the Blue Jays series, but I don't know if there was something along the lines of him just trying to hide certain stuff, hey, I'm not giving all my secrets of where I'm at out to everybody. But that was just a little weird because at least when I read it, I was like, oh, we're not seeing Kenley at least for a couple days. And then boom, he's out there, finishing the game off the next night.
I was very surprised to see him.
And then Chris Martin, we find out, has been sick, and that's why we haven't seen him either.
Yeah.
And then Ceddanne Rafaela, that homer in the first game where he kind of went nuts, almost Mookie Betts style, rounding first base after the 2-run homer.
Mhm.
Really cool moment. But I think that speaks to the frustration that Core's kind of been mentioning again and again with Rafaela. And you go back all the way to August 10th right here. He hasn't walked a single time, and he's hitting 221, 230, 360. So that's what, a 590 OPS. I wonder now that we've seen some recent off days for him, if they're going to kind of ease him out as the rest of the year goes. I don't know if it's workload catching up because his chase rate has gone completely through the roof, but we still have not seen him at second base for the first time yet.
Stop and Shop?
Yep.
Do it.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
All of you here.
I went to Stop and Shop today, actually.
They got it done for you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got dinner, we got steaks, we got broccoli, we got potatoes, and Cinnabons. As I mentioned, we're going to have Cinnabons after this. Very excited for Cinnabons.
Save me one.
No.
I could have sworn they said Jackie Robinson was on the White Sox. Am I the only one? Did you guys hear that?
Who said
Chucky
that?
Robinson. I thought he said Jackie Robinson. Maybe I'm the only one that heard that. But
Who said that?
on the broadcast, I just thought they said Jackie Robinson was on the White Sox. But his
I
name's
didn't
Chucky
hear that.
Robinson.
I didn't
Alright.
hear that.
Let's look
That
ahead.
sucks
hear
for
that.
abusing him.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Cinnabons. We're looking ahead.
Red Sox and Orioles Monday, Section 10 night. Woo! At Fenway. Red Sox Orioles Section 10 night. Brian Bayo got bumped to Section 10 night because the Red Sox were like, they can't, like, come on. It's all hands on deck for Section 10 night. We got to get Brian Bayo on the bump for the boys. Got to secure the win. We got to get our best pitcher out there. Make sure that we get the dub for the boys. Brian Bayo versus Cade Povich. Cutter Crawford versus what?
Carved up the Red Sox last time.
Okay, thank you. Cutter Crawford versus Albert Suarez, and Tanner Houck versus Dean the Cream Machine Kramer. Brian Bayo has faced the Orioles 3 times this year. He's got a 2.76 ERA. He's 2-1 with a 110 WHIP and an 8.8 strikeouts per 9. Love that. Cade Povich sucks. 2-7, 5.76 ERA. Yikes. A 160 WHIP. Rookie lefty. All right, he's a lefty, so maybe he won't suck against the Red Sox, but he sucked against everyone else. His last start was 7 1/3, 5 hits, 0 earned runs with 10 strikeouts. He did face the Red Sox earlier this year. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, did not walk a batter, and punched out 6. All right, so maybe he's okay. Whatever. Albert Suarez, 7-5. This will be the unobstructed views game with Lou Merlone and the Section 10 fellas. Albert Suarez, 7-5, a 3.49 ERA, a 131 WHIP, and a 6.9 strikeouts per 9. Suarez dildoed the Red Sox once this year. 6 innings, 7 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 6 strikeouts. He's also coming off one of his worst starts of the year, and it was against the White Sox of all fucking teams. 4 1/3, 8 hits, 6 earned, 3 bombs. Wow. That's bad. The Orioles are 14-14 when he pitches and 11-9 when he starts. Then Dean, the Cream Machine Kramer, 7-9, 4.27 ERA, a 127 WHIP, and an 8.5 strikeouts per 9. The 4-seam sucks. 10 homers, 537 slug. He's also only allowed 1 home run since July 22nd. Splitter, very good. 125 average, 225 slug. Had his second best start of his season his last time out. That was against Tampa. 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Has not faced the Red Sox this year. And the Orioles are 9-12 when he starts. Again, that is Brian Bayo versus Cade Povich. That is Cutter Crawford versus Albert Suarez. And that is Tanner Houck versus Dean Kramer. Prediction time. We're going to go with Jake first.
I don't know if I can do it, dude. I think I got to abstain.
Wow, abstain.
Nothing?
He's abstaining.
I mean, it's not worthy of a reverse sweep. They're not going to sweep them, so I guess I really just got nothing to say.
Wow. Jake is abstaining from a prediction. Steven?
Yeah, I wrote nothing down for the preview because I'm pissed off right now. Section 10 night, though, Monday night. If you're listening on Monday, it's tonight. Tickets
House of Blues, 9:30 a.m.
.com/section10. House of Blues at 3 in the morning. Really pumped for Monday, and I'm gonna say they win on Section 10 night. I'm gonna say the boys rally around us. You know, we bring some good vibes to the park. Tyler's first Red Sox game of the year.
Wow.
And he's gonna be soaking wet on Monday from the dunk tank, raising money for something that he likes that we don't like, which is charity.
Right.
And yeah, I think they win Monday and lose the next 2.
Wow, that's a good pick. Tyler?
Yeah, I'll take the last game, or the middle game, excuse me. I think Cade Povich, the Red Sox are now 16-26 against left-handed starters this year. Garrett Crochet, I'm not even counting.
Tyler has the Red Sox losing on Section 10 night.
I do have them losing on Section 10 night. You're right.
Asshole.
Beating up on Garrett Crochet, who's on an innings limit and clearly out of gas. Sorry, don't believe it's going to happen again. Last game, Nick Pivetta, he's given up 3 earned runs in his last 18 innings pitched. Or excuse me, 5 earned runs in his last 18 innings pitched. So 3 good starts in a row from him. You're due for a blow up. The Orioles seem like the right team to kind of tee off on him. I think they find a way to steal the middle game, but yeah, not a fun series.
Jared, you know what I got to say right
now?
What
are you going to say?
Tyler, presents himself as a knowledgeable Red Sox individual, gets off about 1,000 tweets a week, and yet the first trip he makes to Fenway Park is on September 9th. Credibility check, brother.
Oh, I'm a fraud. Anyone who doesn't or who wants to call me one, please go ahead. I will not hate on it. I am not at the ballpark.
Tyler
like
the
that.
fraud. There you go.
Fraud.
Jerry?
Fraud. Ooh, the Penguin pick is going to be... Two out of 3. I got a sandwich series.
Okay. Section 10 night win.
Section 10 night win. Cream Machine win. Yeah, I got a sandwich series. Red Sox are taking 2 out of 3 here against Baltimore, unfortunately. Yeah. I got 2 out of 3. Jake abstaining, though. Goddamn. If you want to go to any of these games, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. I would say, get the good weather in while you can. Do we know? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to ask any questions because there were some rumors that Section 10 night might be 76 degrees. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait because people were saying that there's rumors, and I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. All in pricing, you toggle this feature and it shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it?
Game time.
It's game time. It's game time. It's time, Steve. Let me know.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew
You
them.
chew them with your...
Damn
what
it.
the fuck, Steve?
Wow.
You need to...
Look at him. He feels bad. There's pain.
He
on
feels
his face.
bad. He feels bad because he has to leave in 10 minutes. So he's trying to whip through the fucking weather, and it's important. People's lives are at stake. You have a responsibility to people to get the weather right. And he needs to slow down.
Our families are going to be at these games.
Literally, our whole families are going to be at these games. You need to slow down and get this right. Chew them with your mouth.
Look ahead.
Chew them with your mouth.
Brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
Section 10 night, Monday at Fenway Park. Glad we have finally made it to this day. Little unfortunate coming off a Sunday, but it doesn't matter because we're all going to have fun on Monday, just not with our families. 7:10 p.m. first pitch, partly cloudy. I'm sorry, Jared. It's 70 degrees.
70?
70.
70?
Yeah, it's not going to be 7-6.
I'm going to get
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I don't
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Is there something we can do about that?
Is there a way to make it warmer? Tyler, do you know about this? I feel like you would.
They do this in other countries. I've heard in Dubai they can make, it rain. I don't
Wait.
see why we can't make the sun happen.
Do you have a guy we can call for this?
Let me speak to some of my connections in Brockton.
Okay.
Oh, they don't know shit about shit in Brockton.
Just see
we
if
know
you
how
can
to
find
bullshit
someone that can bump it up 6 degrees. That's not that
bump
big of an
it
ask.
up. Bump. Yeah, if it's already at
bump
70,
it
it's
up,
not even like a
bump,
Shout out Joe
it
Budden.
up. Dun,
Is it-
dun, 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 dun.
Ding.
4% chance of rain, 11-mile-an-hour winds, going to get down to the mid-60s by the end of the night, which is good for a light jacket, Jared.
Oh, I'm gonna be wearing. I wore the Section 10 jacket on Friday, but it's only because I know that the Red Sox asked us for our jersey sizes, so we're gonna probably have Red Sox jerseys that have 10 on the back. So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I guess I will wear it on Friday because I'm gonna be wearing a Red Sox jersey.
I kind of want to wear my jacket on Monday, but the logic doesn't
Dude,
make sense.
I'm still gonna wear it.
Yeah, but I don't want to carry a jacket around,
Give it
Especially
to
a
your
jacket that's,
family that
the
you're gonna be with
jacket.
the entire
Well, I'm not
time.
gonna be able to see him at all.
They can carry it for you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't see you, and you just carry my jacket the whole night. That's
Yeah.
what I would do. That
Have
is
it-
what you would do. Tuesday, game 2, 7:10 p.m. first pitch. Sunny, 69 degrees. Well, that's still something. 0% chance
No, it's
of rain.
not.
That's nothing. 8-mile-an-hour winds. Wednesday's the finale, 7:10. Clear skies. By the way, this is the first game of the year where it's a moon next to the 7 and not a sun, which is depressing. It's getting
Wait.
darker sooner. Jared?
Sunday's game is 7?
It's Wednesday. Wait, what?
Oh, it's Wednesday. What?
What? Dude's brain is absolutely cooked in that penguin suit.
You just pulled a me, by the way. Like, if you got suspended, then I would have gotten suspended. That's just typically how it goes. Jerry did a reverse Steve. Did he freeze too?
I can't see him.
Oh, he's just
Wow.
that was pretty good. That was pretty
Great
good.
fake freeze.
Good job. That's some penguin shit right there. That's what penguins do, man. They can just like fake freeze, dude. They're used to that.
He has penguin energy.
He does.
Martha said I looked like a French bulldog, and I've been very upset the last 48 hours over that. So
We got a penguin over here. The finale is Wednesday, and it's clear skies. It's going to get darker sooner, which sucks. 68 degrees, 1% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds. Relatively comfy series this week to start the week, not to end the week at Fenway Park against the Orioles. You can definitely bring some light jackets with you, and Jerry will do that on Monday. I'll probably do that on Monday as well. That will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Chew them with your mouth. All right, Steve's got to go at 9. So, final thoughts first from Steve.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the Netflix thing real quick because Sean McAdam gave some more updates here, and he said
It's a
according to
budget thing.
multiple sources, the project has been limited by budgetary issues of late. The documentary crew hasn't been at Fenway for homestands for several weeks in an apparent effort to conserve resources for the final weeks of the season. Let me tell you, you do not have to do that. There is no chance that you have to save your resources for these last 3 weeks. I don't understand how this happened. Like, how did you sign up for 162 and then like, oh God, budgetary issues. all of a sudden popped up out of nowhere. It's like, you got to be able to be ready for the full season. I understand it's the first time that they've done this, but I don't know. I was a little bit annoyed at that. And I'm not going to mention here that they've rescheduled with us 30 times. Like, I wouldn't say that on the show. So the Netflix crew, I'm going to give you a big fat L for how you handled this, but I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to tune in when this drops, and hopefully it turns out to be something that reminds us a little bit of some decent times. An update on the Section 10 merch map. We only have, let me count real quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parks left. And I want us to finish the merch map for the return of Section 10 by the end of the season. The 7 parks: Petco Park, the Padres, the D-backs, Chase Field, White Sox, Guaranteed Rate Field, dumbest name ever, Guardians, Progressive, I think it's still Progressive, Nationals, Nationals Park, Yankees, Yankee Stadium, Blue Jays, Rogers Center. So Padres, D-backs, White Sox, Guardians, Nationals, Yankees, and Blue Jays. Send us a pic and some Section 10 merch at those parks so we can complete the map in the first season back for the 10. And just a quick shout out to Don Orsillo.
You motherfucker! How many final thoughts do you get?
Quick shout out to Don Orsillo and his return on Saturday. It's just we've talked about it many a time. It's a pure joy to hear Don in the booth. He's jabbing AJ. They got a funny back and forth thing going. He had a similar hidey-whitey.
Strip going 1 and 4 to deep left, down the line towards the pole. It's gone. 2-run home run for Tyler O'Neill, his 26th. Red Sox on top 3-2. Quick answer from Boston.
It's just, it's great. That's my final thought is, I know people are like, what the fuck? Like, how could they fight? Like, I'm not like picking up the torches and rioting over the Don Orsillo thing again. But the final thought for me is it's just nice to hear Don Orsillo's voice calling a Red Sox game, getting excited for a Red Sox home run at Fenway Park. That's all.
It's been 9 years. To your point, Jared, it's okay for us just to be like, we love Don still being able to call a game here or there without having to have the whole convo of like why it happened in the first place.
Yes.
Of course, we got several thoughts, but hey, Don Orsillo was there. It was at the time a decently big win for the Red Sox that doesn't end up being a sweep. But yeah, he did some funny stuff in the booth, and he was Don. He was the guy that when you hear his voice, it syncs up perfectly with the visuals that you see at Fenway Park on the broadcast. It feels right. It's okay to say that and understand that we have sadly moved on. And that's it. That was a lot of closing thoughts. My bad.
Yeah, that was like 3.
It was
T-Dog?
Love you, Don, as well, but I echo their thoughts. I will also add, we didn't mention Tyler O'Neill, 6th multi-homer game of the season. Second most for a Canadian all time. I believe Larry Walker has the record with 8 for the 1997 Rockies. But beyond that, in prospect land, today, Roman Anthony hit the hardest ball of any Red Sox minor leaguer this season at 112.5 miles per hour. That was on a double. Mikey Romero hit his 6th homer in 11 games since being promoted to Double-A. Guy is on an absolute run. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to talk to him over the offseason if we get the opportunity. And beyond that, in Sox prospects land, major week for the rankings as they updated for September. Christian Campbell is now the number 3 prospect in the system. We had mentioned him becoming the number 25 prospect in all of baseball, 1 spot ahead of Kyle Teal on Baseball America's top 100. Well, that's how real the Christian Campbell hype has gotten. He's jumped Kyle Teal. It's a true big 4 or whatever you want to call it. But I thought that was a pretty significant moment because it feels like everyone now is acknowledging, this guy is on the same high-level ceiling tier of the 2 names ahead of him and Anthony and Meyer as these kind of superstar level, hopeful players in the future.
Top OPS in all the minors was really cool to see. That graphic got me going.
Yeah. Love that shit. Jake's takes?
Yeah, Netflix crew a little flaky. That's super unlike them. Kind of weird, but yeah, shout out the Patriots. Big week 1 win on the road. Can't wait to see what they do week 2 when they get back home to Tokyo.
Yeah. Yep. It's a big time win. All right. For anyone listening that's going to be there for Section 10 night, we'll see you there. Very excited to see everyone and hang out. And at least we'll be there. Steve will be with his family. But the rest of us, we will be there. House of Blues, 2 p.m. Gate C afterwards, and then God knows what else afterwards. Very excited for Section 10 night. Very thankful. Very appreciative. We'll be back Wednesday night, Thursday morning for the listening and viewing audience on the YouTube channel. We love you guys. We'll see you then. Toodaloo.
Buenas noches, amigos.
What do you want me to grab?
This dick. If you could.
All right. Clip
How
that.
about ethos?
If you don't mind, if you could, real quick.
Yeah, if you got it in you.
You just grab that real quick. Appreciate it.
Yeah, stick.
Hymns. Ethos.
Can't even get this on.
What is
What is
that
ethos?
you're wearing, Jared?
It's a penguin.
It looks good. I've been told I
penguin.
have penguin vibes.
No.
What?
Women have said that to me before. That and sloth vibes.
Yeah, I'll take the sloth for 500, please.
All right.
Sloth vibes.
Cute animal.
Mm.
Boom. Boom.
Mm.
All right, clean 40.
These notes are crazy, Tyler.
What do you mean?
Are you seeing this, Steve?
No, I haven't looked at the notes in quite some time.
I don't even know what that means.
What we got here? Really good job by Nick.
Well, you should not do this. We are not going to remember who actually pitched in these games.
What?
Oh, God.
It's a very simple equation. Just don't allow edit access. And
Yeah,
it doesn't
I keep
happen.
making that mistake.
You guys got to stop doing this. It's like you're letting us do it, dude. You can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, good shit. Good shit from Pavetta.
Good shit, fucking Ricky Martin.
You don't even know who Ricky Martin is, do you, Tyler?
No.
Whatever, dude.
Puerto Rican singer-songwriter and actor.
He's Puerto Rican?
That's what I'm reading.
He was an actor? The fuck did he act in?
I don't know. He's known for his musical versatility with his discography incorporating
There's
a wide
no
variety.
versatility. Like every song sounds the same.
Okay. Is he like Bad Bunny, but in the old days?
No.
In the old days.
In the old
Classic
days.
Bad Bunny in the old days.
Yeah.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah, that
like
was the
Bad
dude
Bunny.
that was like Bad Bunny
Big.
Yeah, he was like Bad Bunny, but like
back in the day.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, like way back when.
Yeah.
Like a 60s Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I needed. Come here. Wait.
Living la vida loca.
La vida.
Yeah, see, he had bangers back in the day, dude. We're about to be in fourth place.